Hopefully, everything goes right with Iran, but there are some points I wanted to make regarding the inaction of Western countries. For 47 years, the policy of inaction and appeasement has fed a monster. You watch the Islamic Republic grow from a localized threat into a wide, out of control beast that now destabilizes the entire world. Your fear of escalation has only guaranteed it. The geopolitics of profit around Iran will explain why neighbors want to statu quo. We know why the regime remains silent. The destruction of Iran has been a gold mine for our neighbors. 47 years ago, countries like Turkey, Qatar, and KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, stood in the shadows of Iran, both economically and industrially. Today, they prosper because Iran is being destroyed by this regime, and they do not want the regime change. They want a weak Iran. They do not want a free Iran. They want it to be people of Iran be imprisoned by the regime. Turkey enjoy a flood of Iranians, capital, and tourists who are forced to spend their money abroad because they cannot breathe in their own country. Turkey's economy feasts on Iran's isolation. Qatar, while Iran lacks the technology to extract its share due to sanction and incompetence, Qatar drains the massive co-owned gas fields, stealing the wealth of the future Iranian generation. Saudi Arabia, 47 years ago, Iran was the pillar of regional security. Now Saudi Arabia enjoys total dominance, ruling OPEC and dictating oil prices, while Iran is reduced to smuggling oil like criminal organization. They are happy to see Iran weak, isolated, and ruled by incompetence. Do not look for them to help Iran. Do not ask them about Iran. The grotesque mockery of Western world values. The regime is laughing at your laws. They use your freedom to destroy freedom. Media imbalance, for example. Western reporters are banned in Iran. Meanwhile, the regime propaganda operatives roam freely in London, Paris, and Berlin, even in USA. Religious hypocrisy. You provide police protection for their staged mourning processions in London, something they cannot even organize freely in Iran without coercions. The mosque networks, you allow them to run. Command posts disguised as Islamic centers. Would they allow a Christian center to open in Tehran? You allow them to build networks in your capitals while they imprison converts in ours. This is not tolerance. It is submission. If you won't fight, help us finish the job. You say you do not want to a direct war. Fine, then stand aside and support the army that is already on the ground, the people of Iran. We demand tangible support. A fund for self-defense. Establish a sanctioned channel to fund the training and arming of freedom fighters. A fund for the victims. We can call it the Hope Fund. Create a dedicated fund to support the families of those killed and to pay for medical treatments for the injured. Hope must not die. This costs you nothing. We are not asking for a single penny from your taxpayers. You do not need to worry about your budgets. The fund must be sourced entirely from the frozen and seized assets of Islamic Republic and its corrupt officials. There are billions of dollars stolen from Iranians sitting in your banks. Unfreeze it, not for the regime, but for the people it belongs to. Use their own stolen loot to fund their downfall. The other thing you can do, yes, you don't want to attack Iran, you don't want a direct conflict. Close their embassies, declare them a legitimate country, hand over the embassies to the people. This is not a big thing. Instead of arresting protesters who just changed the flag on top of the embassies. Remember, Iranian regime since 1979 attacked 3 embassies: United States, United Kingdom, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In their own country, these fanatics won't protect you. They ransack your embassies. And here, they enjoy your protection, protecting them from the oppressed. Peoples are risking everything. Even peoples outside Iran are risking everything. They cannot go back to Iran. And thanks to your governments, their families cannot get a visa to come and visit them. So this is a humanitarian familiar crisis for them, but they accept it. Like the people in Iran accept bullets, accept seize of assets, injuries, and torments by this government. A government who knows nothing but just force. Remember, they want to bring this revolution to the whole world. This is their dream. They want to stop here. They would never stop. And they play with you like they did before. For all of those who says the change must be from within. Remember, you don't deal with a normal regime. You can see in the photos. They are trained to kill their own people. Even if they don't want the Iranian people, they have enough proxy forces in Iraq, Lebanon, and in Yemen. Even from Somalia and Nigeria. They will bring them to kill Iranians. Life means nothing for them. A country that prosper under the seeking for martyrdom, they would do anything possible to their people, everything possible. Just look at the image. This is Iran-Iraq war, 1979, 1980, around 1980. When the war happened, they said, we are defending the women's and the country. In 1982, they had the city of Khorramshahr back. And while the international communities and the Iraqi government wanted peace, they wanted to carry on because they believe they can reach Baghdad, and from Baghdad they can reach Jerusalem. Khomeini himself said several times, the way to the Quds is from Baghdad, provoking Saddam Hussein to attack Iran. Now they are Iraqis who are killing Iranians by the order of the regime. So, shame on you. Shame on you that dictate a war on your own people and now using the enemy as a weapon against your own people. Here is our street of London. Check the image. These are London's Oxford Street. I checked. I checked the facts, and the mosque who get the permission for this demonstration registered as a Libyan mosque. But guess what? The year of registration is 1979. Wow. Wow. The irony that a mosque from Libya registered in London in the same year of Iranian Revolution, and then organizing this protest. Ask yourself, can you have nothing in festival in any of these countries who claim coming here for money? Can you even have a church in the name of your country? During the Ukraine-Russia war, Iranian TVs were showing that Western countries will be freezing. They're collecting woods for mockery and pretend they want to send it to Europe so European people won't die. Now they should collect these woods for their own people because there is no gas in Iran. Yes, we have lots of gas under the earth, but they cannot extract it. The petrol costs soaring. Why they claim the international price is the reason, and people should pay the actual price. They don't get wages by dollar. Their wages is by weekend Iranian rial. The cars prices, a 2011 Mercedes, for example, C-Class, is 4 times higher than a new C-Class 2026 in Iran. Yes, you want the same price as the whole world? Give us the whole world wages. Bring the car prices down so people won't die in the street. Remember, there are about 100,000 dead in the streets and in the highways of Iran by the underqualified vehicles that they produce for people in the roads that they don't even have the signs, dark roads without any signs, without white lines around them, nothing. Why they are sending SMSs for those who don't wear hijab, even inside the cars? We see people in a two-line street having 4 lines, driving, double parking, and nobody try to actually punish them or teach them how to drive in the streets. So you see, their main goal is ideology. In Iran, is the only country in the world that if you believe them more, you get better jobs. Look at this current president who claims he is a doctor. I am not sure because at the politics he keeps saying, tell me what to do. If you were in my place, what would you do? I think in the operation room he would say the same. But anyway, this current president, lots of the so-called member of parliaments, they don't have enough vote from Iranian people. Most of their education history is a lie. And I have proof for that. There are websites that prove them. And because they just close one bottom shirt to the top, and in the interviews they say, we believe Ayatollah Khamenei, we believe he's ruling, He was sent from the God. They get the jobs. Amazing. Education, experience, nothing is matter there. And that's why the country is in current situation. When he was chosen by the Elders Council, Ayatollah Khamenei, after the passing of Ayatollah Khomeini, he was not an Ayatollah, by the way. He was Hujjatul Islam, which is way lower than Ayatollah. He says you should cry for the people who I will represent them and lead them. Guess what? Your wish is granted. We cry and our eyes get blooded by the cries because it's 37 years of crying and nobody hear these cries. While he was ruling, he killed most of the oppositions like Ahmad Khomeini, Rafsanjani, exiled a lot more, and suddenly he became Ayatollah, Grand Ayatollah. While you have to study to reach there. It's like lots of these generals you see in the IRGC forces, in one night they become generals. That's only happened in Iran. Nowhere else in the world. It's a shame people like this. Khomeini himself says this revolution is alive with Ashura. Even right now, if Iranian people goes to these ceremonies, they go to find girls or boys, you know, they don't believe it. But I don't know why they are still going there, because they get a free ticket while they are in these ceremonies. They can do whatever they want and nobody blames them because it's in favor of governments. I saw Professor Marandi in P.S. Morgan program, and as we said several times to these idiots, just give one day to the oppositions. Give one day. Told them there is no killing. We give you free media to broadcast your courage and your uh, presence in the streets to the whole world and see what's happening. Instead, you bring your supporters, you bring those who are having a governmental job and force them to come, or they have to resign or get sacked, and you mock the world. Oh, we have lots of supporters. Like the supporters who wants to demolish Israel, and when people were going to them and saying, okay, we are recruiting, are you ready to go? Everyone had an excuse. Everyone had an excuse. Not even a single one said, okay, send me. Even you yourself, the members of your parliaments, they went to the airport to go to Israel. And they say, oh, it was not possible. In one interview, I even heard somebody, oh, we don't go there because we might be a hassle for the freedom fighters there. How do you know that? And I promise you, if you really want to go, the free people of Iran will charter planes for you to go. And we want to see, are you going? Would you leave? The answer is no. The money is in Iran. All this time you spend it, not in favor of the people, but in favor of your ideology. Even right now that Iran is in crisis, your propaganda systems and machine has more money than the government itself, than the people itself, for bringing people from Nigeria, Somalia, Pakistan, even Thailand, for God's sake. convert them to Islam, and send them as Quds forces to do your dirty works, and come to United Nations and says, oh, we are an example of freedom for lots of countries. The irony is your allies are communist countries, the ones who don't even believe God. These are your allies. I don't know those Basijis who defend you, the IRGC members who defend you. Do they even know? For example, Venezuela was a communist country, China is communist, and they are joking about Islam and Muslims, suppressing Muslims in their country. By the way, when you ask them why you do, you support every Muslim from around the world when it's your favor, but not the Uyghur Muslims in China, they say they are terrorists. It's in your favor not to support them because your masters in China will get angry. But let me remind those who do not support people of Iran, those who currently coming from foreign countries, neighboring countries, to kill Iranians in the streets, we won't forget. And we would not have mercy on you. So go back to your countries, be with your families, enjoy your times, and let us deal with this regime. Be ready for future broadcasts.